G'day punters, it's been a little while since I've made up a vid, so today I thought I'd just talk about the Rainman camp shower. I touched on this very briefly in the video about water, and I may have touched on it in the video about the canvas work as well, particularly the shower screen which goes up over this canopy door. As you're aware, I already have a plumbed watering system in and a shower rose which, for those who haven't seen, plumbs into this outlet here and just runs up to this little connection here, and with the shower canvas work up there provides a nice little private bush shower, I suppose. Now this one's I suppose this camp shower can be used cold or hot water. I don't need the cold water because the system I've already got plumbed up in the Land Cruiser. It's going to plumb straight to that, or is plumbed straight to the 90 litre water tank, so it'll pull water out of that late 90 litre water tank at ambient temperature, whatever that may be. If the boss needs something a bit warmer though, this is where this Ironman camp shower box comes in. Together with it I've got a little butane burner here as well. I've just bought a Gasmate one, no particular reason other than size, and I'll come to that very shortly. So I'm packing this. I mean, you can buy this inside the package box or not. Comes with a styrene insulator. Still got some original fittings inside there that I've already unpacked. This little bracket I've had fabbed up. I pull it out, but I need two hands, so I'm just going to cut out here. Okay, I've manoeuvred it out, so that's just the base so I've had fabbed up, and the rest of it just comes out. Has some instructions on the back and has a little temperature gauge as well. You can see there in degrees. Some warm, hot and danger. I suppose danger might be not quite coffee temperature, but anyhow, I've had this fabbed up, the bracket fabbed up so it sits in the base of the bottom. I'll show what I mean by that. Flip it over, and that just sits inside the bottom rim, just like that. Okay, I've got it back up right there now. One thing that I suppose I need to be aware of, because of the way that bracket's fabricated up, is that if I'm on an uneven surface, it's probably going to fall over. I do have some scrap timber that I usually stick in the top of milk crates and use that as a seat, and I could probably use that as a base to stick under the fabricated stainless steel bracket. As long as that's on a level surface, I probably won't have any problems with this falling over. Now the Gasmate, it's just a one that I bought at, I think it was BCF or somewhere like that. Okay, hopefully you can see all this now, so I can use two hands. So I don't have a tripod. I've got some bracket, well, I do have some tripods, but I need some adapters to fit onto it to take up the GoPro fittings. So pretty basic. Gasmate has a stand on the top. Some of them are collapsible, so they all swing in together. I've decided on this one because, again, the height size to fit in on that fabricated bracket. What I needed to make sure was that the gas cartridge and the Gasmate burner fitted in under here. Otherwise, the Rainman shower would be sitting straight on top of that, and I didn't want that to happen. Pretty standard sort of fitting. Just a screw on. It's got a rubber O-ring seal. Don't need to do it too tight. Comes with a piezo. You can buy them without the piezo. And that's how it sits. I'll now go stick the Rainman on top of that, and you can have a look at that as well. This is ground level view, so you can see that the Gasmate fits in there pretty easily. Got access to the control for the gas burner. And it's already got piezo starter in the front there. The Rainman doesn't have any water in it yet. The theory of this is you put the amount of water that you want in there. You make sure the top lid is off. I'll just take that off separately. I need 2 hands again. Okay, so the theory of this is once you've got the water in, how much water you want. Before you arc the fire up, you make sure you have the top undone, and that's it undone down there. You can see that this fitting here is unlocked. It's moving up and down. You put your water in, heat it up, start it up then, heat it up the temperature that you want, turn the gas off, then you lock this back down again. Rainman probably have something on their website about this. So that's locked back down there. This is a telescoping shower hose. I'm just going to take it off the stand now, because when I use it I'm not going to have the base on it like that. I'd have had to just cut that last bit out because there was a lot of noise with the Rainman bouncing around on the tiles. So I'll just do this a little bit again. Once you've got the Rainman up to temperature, I would take it off the stand. That's the way I'm going to use it without the stand on, because it's just a little bit wobbly. This will sit on the ground. There'll be a bit of weight in the bottom of it with some water. You'll lock this collet back in. This handle operates 2 things. It'll lock in as well there, but it'll also unlock that collet on the inside. So you lock that collet up and then you pump this up, pressurise it, and the shower rays will come up. And believe it or not, it'll go up quite a way. So that's to its maximum height. That's probably, it's just a little bit shorter than me. It's probably just a shy of 6 foot. On, off. Pretty easy use. On, off. Once you're finished your shower, release the pressure, and the shower pedestal will come down eventually, and then you could probably release the rest of the pressure off by unlocking the inside collet. That's about all the air I can get out of this. There's a bit more coming out. Just unlock the inside collet. There we go. No more pressure in there. Reusing the water in there. Well, it is stainless, so I'd probably just leave the water in there, unless you need it empty, in which case probably invert it, empty the water out. If you're out in bush, obviously you want to recapture that water and reuse it for something. Well, that's the Rainman shower.